Okay, picture this. Your alarm screams, but you're not tired. Not even a little. You bounce out of bed, full of energy, ready to conquer the day. Then it hits you, it's 3 a.m. and you've been wide awake for the last 48 hours. Still alert, still energized. Now imagine this isn't just happening to you. It's everyone, everywhere. The need to sleep, gone. No more yawning, no more droopy eyes, just endless wakefulness. What would happen to the world if we suddenly got back the 8 hours we've always spent sleeping? We're not talking about sleep deprivation here. No breakdowns, no hallucinations, no physical or mental crashes. In this world, sleep is just obsolete. Your body no longer needs it. You're wide awake all the time. You feel great, and you're not alone. It's as if someone flipped a biological switch and removed sleep from humanity forever. At first, chaos, doctors confused, scientists scrambling. But then, after a few days, nothing bad happens. You're fine, everyone's fine. And now, there's an extra 8 hours in every single person's day. A third of your life returned to you. So what do we do with it? The first big change hits the economy. The classic 9 to 5 schedule becomes ancient history overnight. Businesses stay open 24/7, not with exhausted night crews, but with full shifts of alert workers. Manufacturing, transport, emergency services, all already used to working around the clock, explode in efficiency. Now imagine every sector doing the same. Stores, banks, schools, everything, always running, always producing. Productivity skyrockets. More time means more output. Giant projects that used to take decades are finished in months. Innovation races forward. Economic growth soars. But now comes the pressure. If your coworker works 20 hours a day, do you? Is free time still free if everyone else is using it to hustle harder? And the infrastructure, cities start to buckle. Power grids under endless load. Roads, trains, buses always active. Lights always on. Energy use explodes. Trash piles up faster. More time means more consumption. A hungry world that never slows down. Culture flips, too. Day and night lose meaning. Nightlife just becomes life. Restaurants, parks, museums, concerts all running at 3 a.m. You can walk through a neon-lit garden before sunrise or hit a crowded club after dinner. Social norms vanish. When does a day begin or end if no one stops to rest? We might fill the time with hobbies, art, or endless scrolling. Or maybe we burn out on everything. Maybe people invent new forms of alone time, silent zones, dark rooms, places to escape the buzz. Family life changes, bedtime stories disappear. Parents never whisper good night again. Do families grow closer with more shared time? Or get pulled apart by constant activity? Schools change too. Longer days, around-the-clock learning. People might juggle 2 or 3 careers, or study endlessly. Lifelong education becomes real. But when do you pause? When do you reflect? Language starts to shift. Sayings like early to bed or sleep on it stop making sense. Even stories change. A world without night slowly becomes a world without dreams. And that brings us to the human part. What does it mean to be human without sleep? We evolved with cycles of wake and rest. Now we're always on, always experiencing, always exposed. Without sleep, does the brain adapt? Do we get sharper? Or do we drown in constant memory overload, like keeping hundreds of tabs open in your brain forever? Sleep resets emotions. It helps us deal with stress. Without it, do we become calmer or constantly on edge? Do we feel more, or start to feel numb? What happens to dreams, that strange space where imagination, memory, and meaning collide? Do we lose something deep by losing that inner world? Time stretches, days feel longer, life feels longer, but maybe not in a good way. A week could feel like a month, a year, like a lifetime. Moments lose structure. There are no bookends anymore, just a constant, flat stream of time. Would crime rise or fall? Maybe constant street activity scares off criminals. Or maybe it creates new forms of chaos. Maybe peace becomes harder to find. Maybe silence becomes a luxury. Just because you don't need sleep doesn't mean you don't need stillness. People might invent substitutes, sensory deprivation chambers, isolation tanks, fake night, spaces built to simulate rest. What if rest becomes a commodity, something only the rich can buy? Maybe the elite even engineer ways to still sleep just for luxury. Sleep becomes a status symbol. And underneath it all, the big question: is this really progress? Or is it just a faster path to burnout, stress, and ecological collapse? Would we use the extra hours to grow as people, to heal, to connect? Or would we just expand our problems, work more, buy more, fight more? What if we lost something vital, something that isn't about biology, but about being human? Sleep gives us time to dream, time to reflect, time to pause. Without that, are we still whole, or just machines that never turn off? So, a world without sleep, a world of constant light, constant thought, constant pressure. On one side, potential, on the other, collapse. It's a thin line, a razor edge between utopia and madness. What would you do with 8 extra hours every day? Would it be a gift or a curse?